I wish I knew why Nick Strength and Power is so obsessed with the idea of Brandon Curry retiring from bodybuilding. Let's break it down, but then let's hope that he stops saying that, unless Brandon actually says he's going to retire, which I don't think he has. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Strength Addicts here on YouTube, but you may be seeing it here on Instagram, here on X, wherever you see it. It's brought to you courtesy of Iron Mega Labs. Make your mark with IML. Visit ironmegalabs.com today. So we get started with Nick's rationale for Brandon retiring because he got 9th at the Olympia. Was he off? Yes. Was it a horrible placing? No. Top 10 at the Olympia is not a horrible placing. But I get it. He's a previous Mr. Olympia, previous 2-time Arnold Classic champion. So people just hope that he, turns it around. Not Nick. Nick was under the impression that Brandon was going to retire in Columbus, Ohio. What does Brandon do? He comes in looking spectacular. He holds his peak. He poses his heart out. He takes 4th place. 4th place. But, wait. He says he wants to do the Masters Olympia. Hey, look, it's a good title. It's a title he's never won before. And it'll be a lot of fun. Kai Green is hinting at a comeback there. Kevin Levrone is hinting at a comeback there. Now, Nick Miller thinks that Brandon's going to retire because Brandon's doing the Masters. Oh, like what? Why? I don't understand the rationale. Because it's a Masters. I mean, why? Like, any time that you announce you're going to do a show does not mean that you're retiring. Taking 4th at the second biggest bodybuilding show in the world does not mean you're retiring. So I don't understand. I don't want to belabor the point, but I think that I can just say that I don't understand. And then he's saying, and he said that because William Bonac placed higher than him at the 2024 Olympia, that by Brandon placing higher than William, now finally he could have the peace of mind of, what are you on, my man? What are you even talking about? Do you really honestly think that Brandon cares that William placed higher than him at last year's Olympia? Do you think that William cares that Brandon placed higher than him at the Arnold Classic 2025? He doesn't, and he doesn't. It's just, and then I think what it is, there aren't a lot of shows right now. And I think, even Ivan Bodybuilding, he thinks that Hunter Labrada is going to retire because Hunter is taking a year off. I mean, you guys, you need to understand something. I'm going to just say one last thing before, I end this bodybuilding fiasco of a video. It's that when you say, now these are big channels. I'm playing with the lighter. Ivan Bodybuilding is a big channel. And Nick Strength and Power is the biggest channel. And when you guys are talking about guys retiring, you're hurting their careers. You really are. You know that, right? I mean, I know you don't mean to do that and you're just reporting news, but you're not asking a question based on any facts. You're asking a question based on the fact that you just came up with a bunch of, I guess, in your mind, supporting, factors. But the reality of the matter is you're just talking out of your ass. I mean, because you don't know that Brandon wants to retire any more than you know that Hunter wants to retire. But by you putting that out there, it seems like they're not on their game. It seems like, they're kind of wishy-washy. Oh, do I compete this year or do I retire? Do I take the stage this year or do I go to Disney World? Am I going to be around the contest circuit this year or am I going to be in Maui? Basically, sponsors start to say, shit, why am I investing in this guy if he's going to retire? The biggest YouTuber in the world is saying that he thinks he's going to retire. This is not a good athlete for me. Or maybe, he wants to do a show, and normally, he would be all about posting content, but if everybody thinks he's going to retire, be like, is that the show you're going to retire? The thing what I'm saying is I get that these channels want to put something out, but something is not always better than nothing. I understand that it's important when you have a channel. Listen, I've got 10 YouTube channels, been going at Strength Addict since before any of you were around. 2008, August, I started it. Well, August I reserved it, September I started it, 2008. None of these channels have been around that long. So I know a thing or two about a thing or two. And I understand, like, when you're on your, some of these channels have been peaking nonstop. They've never gotten off, doing well, Like, in other words, they've never gone into like obscurity or inactivity. They've never dipped out in views. So they've been riding high, I think is a better expression. They've been riding high for a long time. I understand you want to put something out. You have to put something out. And if you don't, it's going to hurt the channel. But this something is not worth putting out. It's better not to put out anything at all, because when you say that you think Brandon's going to retire at the Arnold Classic and he wins fourth at the Arnold Classic, you look like a buffoon. And then to say that he wants to retire because he wants to do the Masters Olympia, he's going to do the Masters Olympia, then he's going to keep doing open shows, and nothing is going to change. He's just never won that title before. So I don't know what to say, guys. I actually stuttered there, but I wanted to make it seem like I was really like, I can't take this. No, I actually just stuttered, but that would have been funny. I should have finished the video like that. Like, just acted like I was just like devastated, Like, I'm not going to be able to continue on, like, because Nick Miller thinks that Brandon's going to retire. That would have been pretty epic. But no, I mean, like, it's going to get better, as the shows start and, there's actual news to cover. It's going to get a lot better. But, I think that Nick needs to kind of like put this one to bed. I mean, Brandon is not retiring. Brandon's not injured. Brandon's not destitute and needs to compete so he can put food on the table. None of those things are like, correct. So, wish him the best, post a physique update, but just stop with the whole, is Brandon going to retire? Brandon's 41 years of age. I mean, come on, man. The X-Man was winning pro shows at 49. Al Beckles as well. This guy's 41 years of age. This guy is not even old. I mean, what is your obsession with retiring Brandon Curry? It's like, I don't know. I think it's getting a little strange. I think, let's do this, Nick, because you've got me blocked, so I'm hoping somebody will send you a link to this. But, in fact, I know somebody will send you a link to this. So let me just go ahead and say this. If Brandon does the Masters Olympia and then does, say, another 2 open pro shows, will you please stop saying that Brandon Curry is on the verge of retirement? Because, like, I mean, it just sounds like it sounded stupid the first time. It sounded stupider, you can't call something stupider. It sounded more stupid the second time. And just come on, give it a rest, okay? Like, find somebody else to retire.